So yeah, I want to tell y'all a story about how I attempted to be a stripper. Oh, yeah. Ooh, let me tell you how it went down. I think I was in college. I was like, I need some money. So one of my people was already doing it or whatever that I knew that I'm comfortable with. So I was like, bet I'm gonna link with Shorty and I'm gonna dance with Shorty, or she'll put me on to what to do, or you know, how to dress, how this works and stuff like that. Cause you know, remind y'all, I know nothing about being a stripper. This is my first attempt. Therefore, I need the rundown. So I was in Statesboro, she was in Savannah, and she was telling me before I came that she, you know, a person who they do this often, blah, blah, blah. He, you know, it's multiple girls or whatever the case may be. It's not just gonna be me and her, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, bet, cool. You told him about me? She like, yeah. Now, y'all, whole time I was thinking we was about to dance at a club in Savannah. From Statesboro to Savannah, it's not that far, but we're gonna get to that part later. So ended up being too late, got left by the dude, so I had to drive to the club, which I did not know the club was gonna be 2 hours away from Savannah, in the middle of the country, in a town that I never even knew existed. I'm like, bet, nobody ain't gonna know me in here. Let's go, let's roll, let's do it. This finna be a breeze. So we get to the door or whatever, which, like I told y'all, Shorty was supposed to give me the rundown. I don't really think she gave me the rundown on this part. But we get to the door and they like, oh yeah, I had to dance. Like, yeah, he was like $60. So I'm like, dang, they charge the dancers to get in the club. I'm thinking if you a dancer, you work the night, which means you're an employee of this facility tonight, which means you get in, but no man, $60. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna pay out well, whatever, just pay me back at the end of the night. So I'm like, pay him back? What the hell? So I'm like, okay, whatever, keep going. Get with Shorty. I'm like, girl, what the hell? She's like, girl, that's called payout. Like, he pay out when we first get here. Then when we leave, off the money that we make, we gotta pay him back his money or whatever that he paid for us to get in the club. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Go in there, club, and they take us to the room where the girls change. Yeah, y'all, it's like the whole locker room thing with the mirror wall. It's lockers. If you got a lock, you got a lock. If you don't, you don't. If somebody steal your belongings, it is what it is, because there's no locks unless you bring a lock. Girls in there, they getting dressed and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm really about to do this. Bet. So I got dressed, went out there, started seeing the people. They knew it was my first time. Like the other girls, they knew it was my first time, so they was just like, you know, trying to comfort me or whatever, like, you know, drink. So I took a shot. Then I took another shot. Then I took another shot. And at this point, I started to feel like, what am I doing here? Because now I'm looking over at Shorty, who a pro at this, and she just bouncing up and down. Then I see this old lady. When I say this lady was old, she was probably like pushing 60 on everything out there getting it. They was smacking her butt like, and grabbing her like this. I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna be doing that. Cause you know when men get drunk, they be aggressive. So I'm like, ain't nobody about to be grabbing on me and slapping me like that. Cause they just really be like, if you ain't never been to if you've been to the strip club, you know what I mean. Y'all know they be in there like, not at all clubs, cause some clubs you can't touch, but this club, this was the club in the middle of the country. This was one of them little, you know what I mean? Whatever is whatever. They had the rooms in the back, get it popping, like, yeah, that. So I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. Like, this is not for me. But then guess what, y'all? It's my turn to go on the stage, because you know when you're a new dancer or whatever, you gotta be introduced, I guess. I don't know. But I don't even know how I got on the stage, y'all. But all I remember is now I'm on the stage of the club. This is my first time ever being in the strip club. First time ever thinking I'm finna do the stripper thing. And they got me on the stage in this bit. So they start playing Round of Applause, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or some Waka Flocka song. Because, you know, remind y'all, at this point I'm drunk. Some Waka Flocka song they started playing. So I got on the stage and I just started doing whatever. Man, I don't know nothing about that pole, all that climbing and dropping and all that. I was just out there twerking. If I had the video from that, I would have posted it here. But the thing about it is, the dude who was like over all this, he was recording me, and I was just thinking the whole time, like, this man gonna post me on Facebook. Cause that's what he do. He promote his girls on Facebook. I'm like, oh fuck no, I gotta get that fucking phone. Or I gotta tell him like, don't post me, cause I'm not your regular girl. I'm just trying this out. I'm trying to promote me and give me gigs, baby, because I don't know if I'm really doing this, which I'm really not. Really didn't never do it after that. So then I got off stage, and then after that point, I just probably sat down like the whole time and just watched Shorty and them get it popping, and I'm just like, I'm just at the club at this point, cause no, it's not for me. But the dude who was over the whole thing, he ended up dying. He ended up getting killed, like shot. So yeah, it was just crazy. I'm like, dang, I could have been running with this dude when it happened, cause he really had like girls, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not knocking the strippers, to be honest. For me, strippers are the most brave people out here. That's just for me though. It take a lot for you to like get comfortable in your skin enough to dance and move in front of people that you don't even know, and take ways that you to express to you. You gotta deal with it. Like, that's how you get your money. You selling the look, you selling the vibe, you selling all of that. Kudos to the strippers, y'all hold it down. But for me, I dance for my man. I would dance for my man and do all that type of stuff for my man. That ain't for me. I can't stomach it. I ain't got the heart for it. I know, if you was ever wondering, was I a stripper? Yeah, no, hell no. I tried it, but yeah, no, it's not for me. But it's okay though, because there are other things out there for me. That's just not one.